Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. We are late on night here in USA, but I saw this news and I wanted to go live to speak about it. So please invite your friends and share the link with whoever you can so we can get more people and they can join us in our discussion. We heard in the news that a sick idiot he attacked a mosque or two mosques, and first the news they said he killed 29 people, but obviously they were doing their share in false news. It looked like there's only about 9 victims, which a lot actually. It's not just, but thank God it's not 29. But here you notice that the media is encouraging such a cowardly attack to be exist. If you see the news, you will see this guy. He is proud about himself. He go in his car. He is recording himself. Actually, he's doing live streaming in Facebook, and he is proud about being supposedly what he think he is a hero. And obviously, this guy and many of him, they will do that again and again because they are looking for attention. There's many people they do crimes just for attention. They have a special pleasure of being seen. And the media actually look like they are encouraging such a crimes to happen. Yesterday I was talking about atheist, and I just said the word filthy atheist, filthy, not filthy, silly, sorry, silly atheist. And then I got a strike from YouTube immediately. I mean, how fast they can know, and how fast they are just to be angry and upset from somebody just said the word silly, or my title says the word silly. So for silly, and not only that, they strict the age of the video. Like the video suddenly became adult video, as if we are talking about having porn. And here you notice, I post in Facebook a post exposing racism in Islam, where it says a black person, angels always white, and the devil is always black. And I say this is stupid. And then Facebook restrict me from 30 days from posting for fighting against racism. Yet Facebook, anyone can go, he can take his guns and he can go live and they will not even notice you, and he starts shooting people. I mean, there's no way when this guy was doing that nobody was reporting immediately to Facebook authority about what's happened. But obviously, I mean, they have their own agenda, and they are sick, the same as the criminal who did this crime. Now, I said before, there's many criminals will be inspired by the crimes of ISIS, which is simply the Islamic State, which is simply Muhammad's lifestyle of killing people. We for sure condemn killing any person who is innocent, any person who is unarmed, Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, atheist, doesn't matter. Anyone he shoot people who did not attack him to defend himself, he is a filthy coward. Anyone who attack, if you attack a soldier, at least, I mean, he's a soldier and he's armed. But what kind of honor for a man he claimed to be a hero? He attack a bunch of people who have not even little knife in their pocket. I mean, how cowardly, how this very disgusting creature seeking attention, and he is trying to obviously those people they have mental issues. And I believe most of those criminals are inspired by ISIS. ISIS, when we say ISIS, we are talking about Muhammad himself. If you remember, Muhammad, he commit many crimes exactly the same as this attack in the mosque. As an example, what the difference between attacking those people in the mosque and attacking those people who they are watering their animals, as we see in front of us? Nothing. People, people go into mosque. They are harming nobody. They have their religion. We don't agree with it. We debate them peacefully. We don't appreciate hate, and we will not support hate. Muhammad, he did not debate people. Anyone don't agree with him, this is exactly what he do to them. He quoted them when they are watering their animals and they are not aware of any attack. And this filthy coward, he did exactly the same. He went to those people who they are not aware of any attack, and he starts shooting at them. The only difference between this man and Muhammad, that Muhammad is more aggressive in his crimes. He took all the women and the children as captives and he raped them. This guy, he did not rape any women. Maybe because there's no women in the mosque. Maybe he would do if there is some women. You never know. He's a criminal anyway. But you will see here, uh, a famous criminal can be an inspiration to many future criminals. Many of those who watch ISIS videos, they are inspired. They did not go to school to learn, how to do these things. They see videos. Videos these days is like a school for criminals. Today you will see someone he do attack, like we saw tons of attacks, hundreds. I mean, uh, like the Muslims actually they are facing a lot less attack than anyone else in the world. Usually it is the opposite would happen. This is very rare. So when somebody he attack a Christmas market and he go over hundred of people in the street by a big huge truck, he is inspired by who? We can say by ISIS, but ISIS inspired by who? The truth is they are inspired by their prophet. However, for us, we as a Christians, we should always stand against violence and against hate, and we should expose it. And if you ever feel somebody he have like attention to hate or violence, stay away from him, and even you better report him to the authority to stop him before he commits a crime. Because if you know about a crime is going to happen, and this is really is going to happen, like he said to you, oh, I'm going to go and shoot some people. Doesn't matter who they are, Christian, Jews, Muslims, doesn't matter. You don't just keep your mouth shut. You should report this person, for this person obviously is like a sick bacteria in the society. It doesn't matter who is he. And we, all of us, like you see, there's many Muslims, they are Muslims by name, and they don't believe anymore in violence, and they don't believe in Muhammad anymore. So we who against violence, doesn't matter who we are. We should always stand against it, because violence will hurt you, not only will hurt me. If you think violence will go and stop in a place, you are mistaken. Life is like a mirror, and violence bring nothing but violence, and hate bring nothing but hate. There's one of the saints I wrote, I don't know, Rick, I don't remember his name. He said, hate is like a poison, kill the one who have it, but like as like you are drinking your poison because you have it in your heart. So hatred is very, very sick disease and very dangerous. And the first thing it does, it kill the one who have the hate in his heart. This is why we as a Christians, we have a better life. And the first thing the Lord he said to us, for before we ask the Lord to forgive us, we say this, I mean, forgive to us the same we forgive to others, which mean it's required for us to forgive to others before we ask for forgiveness for ourselves. Otherwise you don't qualify for asking the Lord for forgiveness. And forgiveness all is about love and not about hate, because there's no way somebody he still hate and yet he forgive. Uh, always be careful and not to be driven by somebody want to take you into hatred. You know, like you see, uh, one of the struggle we as a Christians in the Middle East we suffer from that we are under a lot of discrimination. So now you in your life you struggle. Should I hate them? They are discriminate me. They are, I'm not equal. They are insulting me publicly. They are etc. So what we should do? The wisdom of the Lord is amazing. It always keep us in balance, and always we are victorious. After all the discrimination, Christians in the Middle East, they are the best example of successful family, successful businessmen, successful life, successful lifestyle. They are successful in every way. If you go to any country have a Christians in the Middle East, you will find that the percentage of university graduate, doctors, engineer, lawyers of Christians is extremely high, while it is extremely low from the other belief, which is Islam. So how the minority who are discriminated, they are the most successful? Simply because the life which is inspired by Christ make us different, make us successful. Even after discrimination, our life is blessed. And most of the time, discrimination can your life like really even better, because this is what I noticed, by the way. Like a Christian who is discriminated is a better Christian. And you will notice that the glory of our church, our fathers, was when they were discriminated and even killed, not when the church is comfortable. The more they discriminate us, the more we are stronger, strong in faith, and even we are able to bring more people to Christ. You see, during the time when the Roman they were feeding us to animals and tigers, the Roman with all the violence they use against us, which is extreme violence, after all the violence, they could not stop Christianity. So don't don't be part of hate religion, because if you do that, then you are not a Christian no more. Now this guy obviously he is not a Christian, and I don't know what he believe in. Sound like weird guy, but he obviously he have a mental issue. Sometime, you know, if you remember the guy from Norway, he went to the park and he started shooting at immigrants. All those immigrants they were Middle Eastern Christians, most of them, maybe we can say 85% Middle Eastern Christians. Just because they are immigrants, so we shoot them. Very ugly, and very stupid too. Very stupid. It's not even like sometime you ask yourself, I mean, what you accomplish now? Here we go. You will spend the rest of your life like a rat in jail if you are not going to be executed. Actually, if I am in charge of government, I will execute this guy immediately, and I will make an example of him. By law for sure, not like as a criminal too. By law, if the law allow execution, this guy should be executed immediately to make an example of him for those who try in the future to kill innocent people. It doesn't matter who is this person. Like you see now ISIS, they are captured, and Trump is asking European to take them. I mean, how silly, how stupid. Those are criminals. What do you mean to take them? Why, if somebody kills somebody, he's going to be executed, but those ISIS are not going to be executed, and now you want to send them home? Very silly. I mean, the system we have in government is very silly and very stupid. They are treating them as if they are, like respected soldiers. Uh, we need always to be careful, and we need always to balance ourselves and not to be like Muhammad. Never be like Muhammad. Never do what they do. Don't go down to that level, because then if you do, you become satanic. You see, we as a Christians, uh, we should defend ourselves. I know like some churches they teach you that Jesus he turn the cheek, but this is not about about defending yourself. No, this is about take the law, use the law. But let us say you live in a country and your country is attacked. You as a Christian, you have duty to defend your country. A Christian who don't defend his home. He is a cowardly person, and he is no Christian. A Christian who don't defend his wife. Imagine somebody want to rape your wife. What do? You pray for him? You say Jesus says, "Love your my enemy." This is not what Jesus taught you. The Bible is full of example of teaching you what you should do. So, you know, yes, the Lord is the Lord of peace, but criminals always should be punished. And this guy is no different, should be executed according to the law, if the law is allowing that. In the Bible, if a person he killed, he should be killed. This is a criminal. He killed innocent people. They did nothing wrong to him, and he have no reason to do what he did. Like, it's not somebody even killed somebody from his family or something. He's just an idiot, trying to get attention, boosting himself, and he's happy. Like, oh yeah, let the party started. Even he said, I think in the video he said, let the party started. Look how disgusting he is. This is party for him. So the problem is we need a better law all around the world. Those criminals we should not give them a chance to live and stay in jail for 20 years, and then after that they go out. A person he killed now 9 people, he will go out after 20 years. That's not fair. There's 9 people in the grave right now, and then this guy, he will go to jail for 20 years. Why? Because the law of the country says we don't support execution. The law should be changed, because this is not a fair law. It's not fair that the killer he go out and somebody he go to the grave, right? So we don't want to be like Muhammad, who attack people when they are watering their cattle. We don't want to be inspired by a criminal. We don't want to be inspired by ISIS, the Islamic State of Allah. And I speak to everybody, not only Christians, for sure. Like, maybe atheists don't like to hear me. Like, atheists these days are very upset from me, and they think. And by the way, the atheists, they think they are better. They are better than all of us. They are better than anyone who believes in God. Somebody says Jesus will not support death penalty. My friend, look like you did not read the Bible. Isn't it the Bible says the one who killed an innocent man should be killed? Where do you get this from, that Jesus will not support? Isn't it Jesus, he said, the one who lived by the sword, die by the sword? I mean, you obviously you did not read your Bible. Jesus said, the one who lived by the sword, die by the sword, which means justice is, if you kill, you will be killed. That is what Jesus is saying. Unless you are saying the Bible is not our book no more. No, the Bible support death penalty for criminals. Absolutely. And this is absolute justice. But we understand that every country have their own law, and they take we cannot force a law on them. People, they vote for their own law and they decide what it is going to be best for them. But I believe that the best law is that a criminal who kills, especially when he do commit mass murder, especially if it's a hate crime, or there's nothing can be justified about it, then this guy should be should deserve death, right? Anyway, I will not be surprised if like a criminal, he start practicing what Muhammad does or what ISIS start doing, because they watch too many videos, beheading children, watch them, even ISIS, they bring like a Barbie for a child and they ask him to chop their head, and then after that they took them to chop the head of the real people. So imagine how many criminals are created in the last 8 years. They are all over, and they have schools teaching them that.